Hello friends, it's Miss Jamie. I'm so happy to see you today. Let's start with a song from Miss Nancy, just like we always do. This week we're singing Side to Side. Will you sing with me? Here she is.
This is Side to Side from The Seasons. Let's go side to side, side to side, side to side, and side to side, side to side, side to side. Go side to side. Now go in and out. Go in and out. In and out. Go in and out. And in and out. Go in and out. In and out. Go in and out. And now go round and around like this. Round and round. Round and round. Go round and round. And go the other way. Go around and round. Round and round. Go round and around. And now let's bounce, bounce, bounce. Go bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Go bounce, bounce, bounce. And a bounce, bounce, bounce. Go bounce, bounce, bounce. Go bounce, bounce, bounce. Go bounce, bounce, bounce. And side to side again. Side to side. Side to side. Go side to side and side to side. Side to side. Side to side. Go side to side and side to side.
Thank you, Miss Nancy. Will you help me wake up Betsy? 1, 2, 3. Say, Betsy, where are you? Oh, Betsy, come on out, friend. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. How are you? Hello, Betsy. How are you? Hello, Miss Jamie. How are you? We're so glad to see you. Here, here. We're all here. Here, here. We're all here. Here, here. We're all here. We're all here together. Yay! Betsy, do you remember what we're learning about this week? Friends, do you remember what we're learning about this week? About, starts with a P, polar animals. Yes, those are the animals that live up at the very North Pole on the Earth and the very South Pole of the Earth, where it's really cold and snowy. Today we're going to take a closer look at one of those polar animals. Can you guess which one? I even have on a necklace, can you see, that has one? Do you know? Yes, it's the polar bear. And the polar bear is the largest meat eater on the whole, well, the largest meat eater mammal on the whole planet. It's so big. And so we're going to talk all about the polar bear today. Did you know that underneath all that white fur, the polar bear's skin is actually black? And it's just the fur that's white. Do you see the polar bear's big paws and his black nose and ears and that really thick white fur? Here's another polar bear that we can look at. This one is just a toy, a model of a polar bear. Do you see her white fur? And she's got a tiny little tail. And let's count how many feet the polar bear has. 1, 2, 3, 4 feet. And you see the polar bear has ears and eyes and nose. Yes, a polar bear has lots of different parts. I wonder if we could label the parts of a polar bear. That's what good readers and writers do when they're drawing a picture. They can label the parts. So I wonder if I show you a part, can you help me label it up on this picture of the polar bear? Okay, this one says nose. Where's the polar bear's nose? Can you point to it? Point, point, point. Yes, let's follow the arrow and put the nose here. It's pointing to the polar bear's nose. Where's your nose? Nose. Good. Here's another label. This label says eyes. Can you point to the polar bear's eyes? Where are they? There and there. Yes, so we'll put the label right here. Those are the polar bear's eyes. Where are your eyes? Good job. You have eyes just like the polar bear has eyes. And next, can you help me find the polar bear's ear? Point to it up here. Where's the polar bear's ear? Yeah, there's one, and here's another one. We can put the label right there. It's pointing at the polar bear's ear. And where are your ears? Well done. Next, can you help me find the polar bear's paws? Those are his feet. 4 big paws. Can you point to them? Yes, down here, paws. Good, I'll put the label right here. Do you have any paws? Just your hands and feet, right? The next one says a short tail. Can you point to the polar bear's short tail? Can you find it? Yes, you're right. Let's put the label right here. There's the polar bear's short tail. And do you have a short tail? No, you're not a polar bear. The last label says fur. The polar bear is covered with thick white fur to keep him warm in the snow. Where is the polar bear's fur? Can you point to it? Well, it's everywhere, right? It's on its face and its body, and so we will put the label right there. This is the polar bear's fur. Do you have thick white fur? No, you're not a polar bear, are you? You're a kid. I have 5 polar bears on this iceberg. We'll pretend like this is ice. Can you help me count the polar bears? 1, 2, 3. Good counting. 4, 5. 5 polar bears sitting on the ice. One jumped in and said, "That feels nice." Now there are 1, 2, 3, only 4. Show me 4. 4 polar bears sitting on the ice. One jumps in and says, "Woo, this feels nice." That cold water. Now there are 1, 2, 3. Show me 3. 3 polar bears sitting on the ice. One jumps in and says, "This feels nice." Now how many are left on the ice? 1, 2. Show me 2. 2 polar bears sitting on the ice. One jumps in and says, "This feels nice." Now there's just 1. 1 polar bear sitting on the ice. It jumps in and says, "This feels nice." Now there are 0 polar bears sitting on the ice. So A seal jumps up and says, "This is nice." The seal is afraid of the polar bear because the polar bear is its predator. The polar bear likes to eat little seals for lunch. So when all the polar bears are gone off of the iceberg, the seal is happy. The seal says, "This is nice. There are no polar bears around here." The seal is safe. I like counting and doing poems with you. You're good at counting backwards. Should we try it together? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 polar bears. That's what we did. We counted backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Nice counting. And now I'm going to teach you a song that will help you spell the word polar. That's what we're learning about this week. Polar animals. And this guy, or this gal, is the polar bear. So the word today is polar. Can you say it? Polar. Well done. And polar starts with the letter P. Say P for polar. Good. Let me show you how to spell the whole word polar. We'll start with P, and the next letter is O, and the next letter is L. The next one is A, and the last letter is R. Yes, let's say them together. Say P, O, L, A, R. There are two places, north and south, and it is very cold there. P, O, L, A, R. P, O, L, A, R. Can you say the letters? You do it with me. P, O, L, A, R, and it is very cold there. Did you spell the letters for polar? This time I want you to sing a little bit louder so that I can hear you. Can you sing with me? There are two places, north and south, and it is very cold there. Say the letters. P, O, L, A, R. P, O, L, A, R. P, O, L, A, R. And it is very cold there. What happens if I turn the P over and make it say, brrr? Can you do that sound with your mouth? Brrr, brrr. Can you make the noise? Brrr. That's a fun one, isn't it? This time we're going to say brrr, O-L-A-R instead of P. We'll say brrr. Can you do it? That makes me giggle. Ready? There are two places, north and south, and it is very cold there. Brrr. O-L-A-R. Good. Say the letters. Brrr. O-L-A-R. Brrr. O-L-A-R. And it is very cold there. Should we turn over the O? There's another girl saying brrr. Can you do it? Brrr. Now we have to do it twice. Brrr, brrr. L-A-R. Ready? There are two places, north and south, and it is very cold there. Make the noise. Ready? Brrr, brrr. L-A-R. Brrr, brrr. L-A-R. Brrr, brrr. L-A-R. And it is very cold there. Should we turn over the L? Now it says another brr 3 times. Brr, 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 A-R. Can you sing with me really loudly so I can hear you? There are two places, north and south, and it is very cold there. Brr, 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 A-R, brr, 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 A-R, brr, brr, brr. My lips are getting tired. Are yours too? A-R, and it is very cold there. Let's turn over the A, and another brr, 4 times. Brr, 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 brr. R. Can you do it too? There are two places, north and south, and it is very cold there. Brr, 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 brr. R. Brr, 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 brr. R. Brr, 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 brr. R. And it is very cold there. And we're going to turn over the R. Brr, 5 burrs. Ready? Brr, 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 brr. Can you say it? It'll make your lips tired, I think. Ready? There are two places, north and south, and it is very cold there. Brr, 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 brr. Brr, 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 brr. Brr, 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 and it is very cold there. Can you help me remember the letters to spell polar? Polar bear, polar animals. What's the first letter? P, P. P. Good. Do you remember the next one? P. O. Good. P. O. Did you say L? Oh, smart. L, P, O, L, A. Wow, you remembered the letters. Say it again. P, O, L, A, R. And it is very cold there. The polar animals. Yes, up in the poles it's very cold. I have a fun book for you today. And this book might make your brain have a connection. It is called The 3 Snow Bears. And in this story, there are 3 snow bears and a little girl. It starts like this. Once upon a time. And it's written by Jan Brett. When I read this book to you, I want your brain to be thinking, does this book, does this story remind me of any other stories that I've ever heard? Can you think of another book that's almost like this book? I can't wait to hear what connection you make. The 3 Snow Bears. See them all up there by the North Pole in the Arctic? By Jan Brett. Here's the title page. Come back, Aluki shouted as her huskies floated out to sea. Oh no, she knew that although an ice floe is a good place to fish, it is a bad place to lose a dog team. Not far away, a snow bear family had just started to eat their breakfast, but it was way too hot for Baby Bear. Where else did we read a story about Baby Bear? Owie! Yelled Baby Bear. My breakfast burned my mouth. We will go for a stroll and let the soup cool, Mama Bear said. See Baby Bear and Mama Bear and Papa Bear? Aluki was running along looking for her dogs when she came upon the biggest igloo she had ever seen. Who lives here? She wondered. Aluki ducked inside. Right away, she smelled something delicious. Across the room, she saw a big bowl, a medium-sized bowl, and a small bowl. Surely the good smell was coming from the 3 bowls. You making that connection? Lukey took a sip from the biggest bowl. Ow, she cried out, too hot. She took a sip from the middle-sized bowl. Ooh, too cold. She tipped the littlest bowl and drank every drop. She said, not too hot and not too cold. What will she do next? Do you know? Have you made the connection? In the next room, Lukey spotted 3 pairs of beautiful boots standing in a row. She put on the biggest boots. Too big, she said. She put on the middle-sized boots. Too fancy, she said. She put on the littlest pair. Just right, she said, wiggling her toes in the soft fur lining. Lukey walked into the last room and found a long sleeping bench piled high with fur covers. Heat from an oil lamp warmed her cheeks and made her sleepy. Time for a nap, she thought. She crawled under the highest mound of covers. Too lumpy, she grumbled. She tried the middle bed with the furry fringe cover, but sank down so far that she could hardly breathe. Too soft, she said. She rolled over into the smallest sleeping place. The furry blanket was cozy and warm, and the pillow was just her size. Just right, Lukey murmured, and was asleep before she could take her boots off. If Lukey hadn't fallen asleep, she might have heard her dogs barking happily. Look, the bear family saved the dogs. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear had spotted them adrift in the strong current and gone out to save them. The Snow Bear family was pushing Lukey's dog team back toward their igloo and safety. Wasn't that so helpful and kind? Papa Bear crawled into the igloo and saw his big bowl sitting in a pool of spilled soup. Someone has been tasting my soup, he roared. Mama Bear rushed in and saw that her soup had been sloshed around too. Someone has been sipping my soup, she growled. Someone found my soup, sputtered Baby Bear in her high, squeaky voice, and they ate it all up. Papa Bear ran into the next room and saw his boots in the middle of the floor. Someone has been trying on my boots, he boomed in his biggest bear voice. Mama Bear put on her fancy boots. Someone has had these boots on too, she huffed, and the fur is all bunched up. Baby Bear saw that her boots had disappeared. Someone has taken my boots and left behind these not as good ones, she wailed. The bears ran into their bedroom. Someone has been sleeping in my bed, Papa Bear bellowed. Someone has been sleeping in my bed too, Mama Bear cried. Baby Bear peeked at her little bed and squeaked, someone has been sleeping in my bed, and here she is. Lukey opened her eyes and saw 3 bear noses only inches away. 1, 2, 3 bears looking right at her. She hopped out of bed and dove between Papa Bear's huge, furry legs. Quicker than a seal, Lukey ran from room to room until she burst outside. Her huskies bounced around, barking and smiling their doggy grins. Lukey and her dogs flew over the frozen ice, dodging ridges and cracks. She looked back to wave a thank you to the snow bears. She couldn't see them, but she heard a big gruff voice, a middle-sized voice, and a high squeaky voice calling to her. Bye-bye. 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 Did you make a connection with this book? Did your brain say, Miss Jamie, this book reminds me of another book that we already read called Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Yes, this is a fairy tale, and it's the similar story to Goldilocks, but it takes place in the polar regions with polar bears. Yes, did you think that Aluki was like Goldilocks? Did you make that connection? If you did, give your brain 2 kisses. Mwah, mwah. Brain, that was so smart to think about other things we know when we're learning new things. I love reading books with you every day. Would you like to see a fun project that you can do at home after the video is over? In your play pack, I have made for you a polar bear picture that looks like this. You could color it, but it's all white paper and white crayons might look a little silly. So I have another idea that you can do with your polar bear picture. And that is to glue cotton balls and make it fluffy like a polar bear. To do this, you just need 2 things. Glue, you could use glue stick, or you could use liquid glue. It's up to you. And we'll just put the glue all on the polar bear like this. And some cotton balls. Maybe you have some in your bathroom or someplace around your house, and you could just take the cotton balls and stick them right to your polar bear. You might need to put extra glue on so that the cotton balls will stick. And then you will have a nice, fluffy, soft, white polar bear, just like the ones that we were learning about today during virtual preschool. I think Betsy and I will work on this a little bit more after the video is over. Do you see how the cotton balls will stick to the paper to make a nice, fluffy, white polar bear? If you make a polar bear like this, would you take a picture and send it to me? I would love to see what you're working on. All right, friends, it's already time for us to get Betsy back out and sing goodbye. Can you help me call for her? 1, 2, 3, say, Betsy, come back. Come on, Betsy Bird. Hello, friends. Oh, I like learning about polar bears. They're so big, aren't they, Betsy? Let's sing goodbye today. Preschool time is over now, over now, over now. Preschool time is over now for another day. Wave goodbye to all of our friends, all of our friends, all of our friends. Wave goodbye to all of our friends. It's time to stay home and play. Hip, hip, hooray! Do you have any bird seed for Betsy today? Her tummy's grumbling. She's hungry for it. And here is your play pack. It has some fun ideas for things you can do at home after the video is over to keep playing and learning. Birdseed time? I didn't even give you the count of 3 today. Thank you for the bird seed. And if you'd like a kiss from Betsy, hold your hand out like this. Did you catch it? Stick it to your cheek. Give yourself a big hug from Miss Jamie and Betsy. We like learning with you and singing with you and reading with you every day. And we can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye, friends.